Have L'Oreal, without even trying, managed to dupe Dior? I mean, this is Dior. We're on another level here. When I first went out and bought several shades of the L'Oreal Infallible Cushion Foundation, I actually thought this is quite pricey, considering it's supposed to be affordable. But there is no comparison between the price of these two. One is right up here and one is down there. So we're going to go into the similarities, the differences, which are very, very few and far between. And I'll let you pick your favourite, because I have one of them on one half of my face and I have the other on the other half of my face. Which one do you think is more airbrushed? Which one do you think looks smoother, looks more like skin, just looks more natural on me, looks a little lighter? Pick your favourite and put it in the comments section. Do you prefer the left side of the screen or the right side of the screen? Let's get on with it. So let's talk about the similarities and differences between both of these. The major difference is going to be the price. So let's talk price straight away. The L'Oreal is £19.99, so quite expensive for an affordable product. You get 11 grams worth of product and it comes in 13 shades. So gram per gram, £1.81 per gram. That's going to be very important. Let's talk about the Dior. £42 for the refillable, but the refillable, although I would say it can be used on its own, you really do need the cushion compact to go with it, and the cushion compact is £21. Yes, you have to buy that separately. And it comes in 10 shades. I thought it would come in more shades. I mean, I will get Louisa to check how many shades it comes in, but for me, I could only find 10. And I think that's quite poor for Dior, that does quite a really in-depth shade range. This is 13 grams of product. So gram for gram, if we're only going on the refillable, it's £3.23 per gram, as opposed to the £1.81 of the L'Oreal. If you're going to go gram for gram with the actual compact, it works out at £4.85 per gram. So the first time you buy this, £4.85 per gram. The second time you buy this, when you buy the refillable, £3.23 per gram, as opposed to the £1.81 per gram of the L'Oreal. It's not looking that expensive anymore, is it? Now let's go into similarities. So both of these are going to give medium coverage. The Dior does say that it will give medium to full coverage. I would disagree with that. I think it's a medium coverage product all the way. The Dior says it gives a matte finish. The L'Oreal says it gives a soft matte finish. Close up, I think you can agree that there is very little between the two. The L'Oreal says it's transfer resistant, sweat resistant, and water resistant, whereas the Dior says it's heat resistant, humidity resistant, and transfer resistant. Again, very samey. Both of these are weightless on the skin. They don't feel like makeup. They don't feel like skincare. It just doesn't feel like I have anything on my skin whatsoever. So again, very similar there. But there are some differences, and the differences are within the ingredients. So the L'Oreal doesn't have any SPF in here at all, which I prefer, because SPF in this sort of product is pretty much here nor there. You're getting the minutest of SPF protection, and yeah, I just don't see the point. I really don't. The Dior advertises an SPF of 35 in here. That SPF is made up of zinc oxide nano, titanium dioxide nano, and octinoxate. You're obviously not going to get SPF 35. I would be surprised if you get SPF 3 or 4 from this for the amount that you're actually applying to the skin. So I would say it's an added bonus. It's not a selling feature for me. Both of these contain skincare ingredients that are going to hydrate the skin throughout the day, and the Dior also includes some quite soothing ingredients within their formula. Another big difference between these two formulas, the L'Oreal is alcohol-free, fragrance and essential oil-free, whereas the Dior, you guessed it, it does contain alcohol, it does contain contain a fragrance and it contains essential oils or derivatives from essential oils. So if you are sensitive to those ingredients, probably know this already, you need to stay away from the Dior. Within both of the packaging, there is a beveled applicator sponge. When I say these two are identical, I mean, apart from the colour difference, there is nothing in between both of these two. They are very good at what they do. They are smooth, they are firm, they apply the products beautifully, they allow the product to really get into the skin rather than sitting on the surface, so that you're not left with a tacky residue once the product has dried down. It just feels like skin. Both of the formulas, the texture, the consistency, very, very similar. When applied to the back of my hand, you can't really tell that much of a difference other than the shade. They both apply to the skin beautifully. They both settle into the skin exactly the same. They both have a natural matte finish, and quite honestly, if I am being really, really picky, I actually prefer the L'Oreal finish over the Dior finish. The Dior finish is a little bit on the shinier side of matte for me, and when I'm buying a matte product, I expect it to be more matte. The L'Oreal doesn't just say it's going to be matte, it says a soft matte, so I expect a little bit of glow from it, but actually I get more glow from the Dior than I'm actually getting from the L'Oreal. That may give you a bit of a hint on which side is which. Not giving too much away though. Both of these are long wearing. Both of these don't need powdering in place. I always powder mine in place for extra longevity anyway, but if you really don't like powder on your skin, you don't need to powder these in place to get a really long wearing formula. And both of them don't migrate into fine lines, wrinkles, or pores, or dryness. So which one is which? Have you made your guess in the comments section? One of these is 3 times as expensive as the other one, and I don't think you'd pick this out in a month of Sundays. Do let me know if you get this right or whether you get this wrong. Quite honestly, I do prefer the L'Oreal. I prefer it because it's fragrance-free, it's alcohol-free. I do find the Dior slightly more drying. It's not really drying, I'm wording that wrong. Throughout the day, my dryness on my skin does show up more on the Dior side than it does on the L'Oreal side. And I'm doing this and this. So let's show you which side is which. This is the L'Oreal side. This is the Dior side. Did you guess? Did you get it right? I mean, there's nothing in it. There's absolutely nothing in it. I also prefer the shade selection of the L'Oreal to the Dior. There are huge jumps in shades with the Dior. I didn't think that was the case with the L'Oreal. The shade range does need to get better, but I thoroughly enjoy wearing this. And no tacky residue whatsoever, even without powder on the skin, and a super long wearing, very light formula. So I don't think there's very much in it. If you love a luxurious product, if you really enjoy the packaging, then Dior is going to be for you. But you're going to be spending 3 times the amount on it, whereas, you know, this packaging, it's not bad. It's really not bad. Yes, you get less product in here, but it actually comes off onto the sponge a lot easier than the Dior, which I find to be a little bit more dry than the L'Oreal. So, well done L'Oreal once again for bringing out an absolute smasher of a product. I will definitely be reaching for it over the Dior. Let me know what your experiences have been with this product. Have you tried it already? Have you tried one of them already? Do let everybody know your experiences and thoughts in the comments section. I really hope this video has been useful for you, and I'm really hoping that it saved you quite a bit of money. Quite a bit, like £43 saved. Tick, tick. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also give this video a share before you leave. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found it helpful. Hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.